Hey everybody, we're going to be doing a review on the Suzuki Katana. This is a 2006 Suzuki Katana, Notice 600. It's all stock, except we have the frame sliders here and the D&D exhaust, which sounds epic, sounds like a Ferrari. So I'll let you hear it. And we're going to be taking it all the way over here on the freeway. I have looked on YouTube for a Suzuki Katana review, and you can't find any. Go ahead and try it. Type in Suzuki Katana review. You can't find any, really. Usually it's just a guy, you know, showing his exhaust and letting you hear how it sounds, or it's someone riding on the freeway. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a full-on review. I'll let you hear the exhaust, of course, and then we're going to get on the freeway and I'll let you know how everything rides, okay? So let's put the camera in the helmet so I'm hands-free. Okay, first of all, let's mosey on over here and I'll show you some stuff. This bike has a little switch here like a lot of them do. Notice this says fuel is on. If you start to run low on fuel, you switch it like this, where this little arrow thing is pointing this way on reserve. Very heavy bike. It's extremely heavy compared to other bikes that I've ridden. So I do not recommend this bike for riding around streets, stop and go if you can get another bike. However, if you're going long distances, check out this seat. If you're going on the freeway, you're going to love this seat. It's the most comfortable seat I've ever ridden on. Mirrors are adequate, but being such a heavy bike, it's very comfortable on the freeway, which is where we're going to go now. Now, let's turn this on, and I'll let you hear the D&D exhaust over there, and then we'll get on the freeway. Okay, so we're going to mosey along here. My luck, watch me do it, it'll flip in gear and then go out and hit that tree. So we got the D&D exhaust. Is that epic or what? Most beautiful sound you'll ever hear. And listen to this. Doesn't it make you want to get on a ride? And that's what we're going to do. So these people on the freeway that almost run into me have no excuse now. Hopefully they can hear it. Don't forget to click below here and you can go to our website, ShockofGOD.net. Now, the first thing you'll notice is when you get on, like I mentioned, it's got more weight than these modern sport bikes. So this is more like a, you know, a bike that you're good if you're going to be going on the freeway for long distances. Here we go. If you're a new rider and you're a large rider or tall or a strong rider, like you work out a lot, this would be a good bike for you. But if you're on the skinny side, or you're not a strong rider, or you're short, you have to be prepared for the weight of this bike. If it falls over, you're going to have a difficult time picking it up unless you know the technique. So here's the freeway, guys. I'm going to get on the freeway. The ride's smooth. Now, I've been taking corners with it. Taking corners is weird. Like, you use a lot of counter steering. What that is I pull back towards my body with this hand when I just made that corner. You have to kind of counter steer with it. Now, we're in third gear, right? Here's what's really epic about the Suzuki Katana. It's a very inexpensive bike, but check it out. It's got some get up and go. Very smooth acceleration. Easy for me to say. I was up all night last night watching the election. So I lost my voice. So the power kind of kicks in like once you're over 5,000 on the tach. Then it's got, you know, listen, you know, you're right there in that zone where you got power on tap. These bikes are not known for being very powerful bikes, but mosey on over this way. Very comfortable. Why is this guy stopping him? I should have stayed in the other lane. Well, let's get over in the other lane again, and I'll talk to you about the bike. You notice I want to get on the freeway, an area on the freeway where it's picking up speed, so I can show you something. Now, you notice on this bike, and I was riding it last night, here's what it reminds me of. This is the best way I could explain it. Some bikes, you ride, it feels like you're riding in them. Like, let me think. I had a 600 GSXR, and it kind of feels like you're riding in it. Like, you know, you get on the bike, but it's kind of like more like you're riding in the bike, because the way that it conforms to your legs, your body, and stuff like that. And then I had a Kawasaki Ninja 250, and that one seems like you're riding on the bike. It seems more like you're on the bike riding it. You're not so wrapped into the bike. It's kind of hard to explain, but you get the idea. This is similar to that, where it seems like you're on the bike. It doesn't really seem like you're one with the bike as far as being molded with it, wrapped up with it. See what this puppy's got. It's pretty good. Good freeway bike. It's not explosive power that shocks you, but it's average, you know, what you need for the freeways. I heard the top speeds are like 140 or so for these bikes. So what else I could tell you? Oh, I know what you want to know. Riding position. This is what's very unique about this motorcycle is this. Remember the seat that I showed you, how it's like a real long seat? Well, the seat is real mushy, real soft. So not only is it like that, where it's very comfortable, I would say it's the most comfortable seat I've ever ridden on, but it's long. It's a very long seat. So what that means is you can slide yourself forward, you can slide yourself backward. Like, for example, let me show you something. Let's say I want to lean forward more. What I just did is I put my feet on the pegs, I pushed my rear end back this way, and look, you can kind of lean forward like that, where all the wind's going over my head. But you really don't have to. Notice the seat's not up real high, so basically, let me show you, I'm like about 5'11". So even at 5'11", this is hitting my like chin, sort of, right where my chin area is at. I had ridden this motorcycle about 35 miles yesterday, and I wasn't even tired. I've had other motorcycles where I get home, I'm kind of breathless, you know, from the ride. This one is pretty much effortless, but you do give up that mega power like you have with the super sport bikes. This is a budget motorcycle. So let's talk about cost, and I'll tell you how to get your motorcycle license also. And by the way, we're going to be taking another freeway here. We're going to be getting on another off-ramp. So I want to show you something, how you take a corner on this motorcycle. It's weird compared to other ones that I've ridden. But this bike, for this year, like 2006, you go on Craigslist or eBay for an excellent one, like one that's in very good condition. This one's got like 26,000 miles. You want to get a really good one in good condition, in California, they're like $3 grand or a little below. Which is good for you know, a budget motorcycle. What else could I tell you? Because we're coming up to that corner here. Here we go. And by the way, this bike comes, I think, in a 1100, a 750, and a 600. But as you notice, I'm on the freeways, and these freeways go pretty fast, especially the next one we're going to. I'll keep you with me here if I have battery power here. And it'll keep up. It's not like the Ninja 250 I had where it's strained. Okay, watch this. What I'm going to do here is pull forward towards my rib cage here and push outward here. This is how you turn. You sort of like, see, I'm pulling forward here on the left. And it does fight you. You have to do more counter steering with this type of bike. It's not difficult, but I don't know if it's because how they put the center of gravity on this bike, because it's such a heavy bike. You really feel it in the counter steering. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull back towards my rib cage with this hand, like towards me this way, and that'll put us in the other lane. Watch. So you sort of like almost surfing or like skateboarding. Now I know what you guys want to see. Let's get up to this car here. It's got enough power on tap. And now, check out the roller coaster up there. And now we're getting into some strong winds, which is where this bike comes into its own. I've always known that the Suzuki Katana is a heavy bike. And one thing that bikers hate, I hate it more than the rain, is the wind. If you're on a little light bike, because you get blown all over the place. But look at this, I'm remaining stable in this lane. Now, we're going to be getting on a higher speed freeway. It's more deserted. And we're going to be going left here. So what am I going to do, guys? If I'm going left, I'm going to push forward this way with the left handlebar. When I say push, I mean like, you know, apply pressure. You don't just jerk the handlebar and then stop. You kind of apply pressure and hold it there. And then with the right handlebar, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this and pull towards my rib cage. And that's going to lean the bike to the left. That's called counter steering. When you get a motorcycle, just remember that. And you'll remember what I said, and as you're going through the corners, let's see if I can pass these guys or if they're going to block the whole corner. I'll try to keep my eyes straight, and I'll try to slant the camera down there so you can see. So here we go. Hope this guy on my left sees me in the Kia, or I'll be Kia, killed in action. Not really having to do a lot of counter steering right now, and just leaning. Now notice I'm leaning forward now, because I'm getting a lot of wind from that truck. Let's get in front of this truck. This is the freeway that's a little bit faster. I mean, they drive like maniacs over here. So, let's see something. I want to test something for those of you guys that go on these long rides. Let's see if I can I can kind of rest like this. Let's say you're tired and you just want to rest, leaning forward. That's what I'm doing. What some guys do, notice I have a tank bag here. Put like a little tank bag pillow thing here, and you can just kind of relax. I know relax and motorcycle riding usually don't go hand in hand, but on this bike you could do that. Alright, negatives about this bike. Remember, you're not buying some super sport bike that has massive amounts of power that just shocks you. I mean, if you're a new rider, you'll be like, wow, this bike's fast, you know. But if you've never ridden a motorcycle, but if you've ridden bikes, like I've ridden ZX10, SV1000, you know, these are bikes that you pull the throttle back, it's like adrenaline rush. Here, just like a slight adrenaline rush. So, how would I rate the Suzuki Katana? Well, let's say 5 out of 5 stars was the best that I could give it. If you were looking for a sport bike, like to ride in the twisties, like the mountains and street riding, you know, traffic light to traffic light, I would rate it like a 3 out of 5. I wouldn't rate it too good for that purpose. There's other bikes like a Kawasaki Ninja 250 or a 600 from the Kawasaki or Suzuki line that are lighter, and they have a seat that's not as comfortable that you kind of move around on as you're putting your knee down around corners and stuff. But most riders, if you're looking for something to go to your school or your job or riding with your friends, even if they have these R1, R6s, you know, you'll be able to keep up with them as long as they're going under, if they're like not really going all out on theirs. Now, for what I do, you know, as I ride to work, or I'm riding home, or I'm riding long distance, or I'm riding to my secret location somewhere in the United States of America, it's perfect for me. Because notice I got a lot of wind, because I'm all out in the open. And but it's not really moving me around as much. And notice I'm just going straight. So for these long stretches, let's get on it. For these long stretches, you want comfort. And this bike, for that purpose, oh, and I also almost forgot. Also, if you want comfort, but you don't have a lot of money, and you want to just get something for sheer transportation that doesn't look too ugly, you know, it looks nice, you got the pipe on it, then I would rate this a 5 out of 5, because great fuel economy, great comfort, the riding position is good, you can move it around. Like right now, let me see how I am. Right now I'm slightly leaned forward, and that's the position I like the best when riding. I don't like being straight up. And I also don't like being raked over really far, like, you know, like that. I want to be able to get a bike where I can change my position. Like, let's say I'm going through a real windy area, or I'm going by some trucks. I want to be able to tuck down, which I can on this bike. So I do recommend this bike, guys, the Suzuki Katana. I'm hitting a lot of bumps here. Over here. And you know what? We didn't talk about the fun factor. It's fun. Get this. I got allergies, so bear with me as I sniffle. Get this. I rode about 35 miles, 40 miles yesterday. And with other bikes, when I get done, I'm kind of like, you know, beat a little bit, like, you know, breathless. I want to get a drink of water, and, you know,
But the riding position and the comfort of this bike was so much that I didn't even feel like I was riding. I had a lot of energy. I wasn't tired or anything. So I think that's why this bike gets so much praise for like long distance rides. We're hitting a bunch of bumps here. Alright, give it some more throttle. Here goes. Not bad. And that was like just giving it a little bit of throttle. Now guys, I want to tell you something. I have a website that you should check out. I appreciate you guys watching this video. You want to go right below this video, right below in the description, to ShockofGOD.net, ShockAwenow.net. And I got a 24-hour chat room where you can talk to me live if you have any motorcycle questions. It's like a video audio chat room. I got a whole free stuff area on that website because a lot of people are into free stuff. I am. I love free stuff. And you can get free audio books for your MP3 player if you're a gamer like I am. It's amazing the realism of graphics in some of these computer games. I like to do gaming as a hobby. Alright, here we go. Let's get over here. We got some free games there for you. If you are plagued with a slow computer and you want to speed up your computer, you can do it free. Everything I'm telling you is free. You don't have to pay for it. You go right here to ShockofGOD.net, go to our downloads area or our free stuff area. Now, we got a very steep hill here. This is one of the steepest hills out here where I live on the mean, evil freeways of the Inland Empire. So let's see if I can stay in 6th gear going up the steep hill. I had a Ninja 250 once and I had to downshift to 5th gear. Now it's a heavy bike. It's only a 600. I weigh about 185 this morning. And I work out. I have a 5.5 pack ab. So it just took me up the hill, no problem. We got another hill coming up. And I'm also 5'11", so it's pretty good. The bike's moving me through effortlessly over here. What is all this dust over here on the left? Gonna get some bumps here. This carpooling has always been like this, but if I move like this, it's smooth a little bit. Alright, you guys liking the review? Oh, I put a 91 in it. Previous owner said he puts 91, so that's what I did. Now what's interesting too is this is only air cooled and oil cooled. It's not liquid cooled like with coolant. That's weird. Most bikes nowadays are liquid cooled and air cooled, but I'm out here in very hot California and I see a lot of these Katanas around. So I think you don't really see a lot of overheating issues with them because people are riding them on the freeways. They always got this air blowing into the motorcycle. But I would worry about smooth real estate here. I would worry about it if you're going to be going bumper to bumper, stop and go traffic. Now here's another very steep hill with some gradual corners. Let's see how it handles it. Remember, this is a heavy bike. It's only a 600. I don't feel it slowing down. it's a fun bike, guys. You would like it. Now, we got a semi-sharp corner. At these speeds, it'll be sharp. Coming up, right? It's going to go to our right. So what am I going to do? And you're going to do this on all bikes. But on this bike, even more so, I'm going to pull back towards my rib cage with this handlebar here, and I'm going to push forward where my finger's pointing. There. So here comes the corner. Watch. And this bike fights you a little bit on it. You got to put some oomph into it. Pulling back towards me, towards my rib cage with this hand here. Notice it's leaning. We got one more. See, that's called counter steering, guys. Pick up speed. I want to time this where I'm not by the truck. So I'm going to pull back again here, push forward here. There we go. Let's stay in the middle of the lane. A lot of fun. Giving it throttle. Now look, I'm tucking down. Got another corner here. Making sure this truck sees me okay. Look at that in the road. It's a tire. So comfortable. I'm telling you, I don't even feel like I've been riding. I can do this all day. Now, I get a lot of emails, and then I'm going to end the video, guys. I get a lot of emails how to get your motorcycle license. Before I tell you about that, let me think if I forgot anything. Oh, to put oil in this bike, you need an Allen wrench. It's like a little, I guess, octagon type wrench. Hold on. Where the oil reservoir is right here on the right, and it's secreted in the fairing of the motorcycle. So what you do is you take off this little hole like in the fairing. Hold on. My nose itches. You take off this little hole in the fairing right here, and then you can unscrew the oil, and then it's protected, so if you leave your bike somewhere, some evil joker can't put stuff in your oil. Good idea. The other bikes I've had, it's just exposed, you know, where someone could just put stuff in your oil, you know, kids or something do it. All right, anything else I could tell you? Oh, if you want to be riding with your girlfriend or wife, this is a great bike for it. Big seat on the back, very comfortable. It's not a light bike, so it's great. I do know a couple of ladies that have this bike, but like I was saying, they use it for freeway riding. They don't really use it for, you know, stop and go street riding. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a blast making it for you. What I'm going to do here with this chain, so it don't keep bouncing around, I'm going to put some Velcro here, and I already have Velcro on the back of the S. And that way it doesn't bounce around so much, scratching up stuff. But you know what? You get a Suzuki Katana, you can get them excellent condition. This is a 2006 Katana. You can get them like $3,000 or less. If you're not in California, you can get them a lot less. Now what I'm doing is I'm downshifting as I'm coming to a stop. And what I do is, notice it says neutral. What I do is I always put it in neutral as I kind of wait here. One of the things this bike does not have, which is interesting, is it doesn't have a temperature gauge. I find that interesting. I don't see a temperature gauge. I might put one on here. Now, maybe it doesn't have a temperature gauge because people would be freaking out because Motorcycle temps always go up and down, I mean within seconds. Oh my gosh, I made this light. So hey, I really hope that the Lord blesses you, keeps you, watches over you. Yes, I am a Christian biker. So I hope that you have a great week, guys. This light's probably going to catch me, and then I can stop the video. And here comes a biker right here. See, he waved. Much respect. So I hope you guys have an epic month. Get a motorcycle, you'll like it. Saves a lot of gas. Oh, that's what I got to tell you. This will go about 160 miles, between 150 to 160 miles before making this light too. Jeez, I'm getting fortunate here. Before the gas light, actually there is no gas light. Before it starts getting down here where you need to get gas. But remember, if you start to run out, you just reach right here. I should start practicing that, and flip the arrow this way, and you got gas. So you don't really have to worry about that. So have a great week, guys. Let's check something out before we go off. Look at it, it's pretty much balanced. Even though it's heavy, you can let go of the handlebars. Have a great week. Thanks for watching this review. This concludes the Suzuki Katana 600 review. I give it 5 out of 5 stars. He gave me a wave too, down low. Have a great week, guys.